Yeah, hi there, Sneak Notch back on the camera again one more time. And yeah, what I alluded to on my previous video, I think is right. I think that's the right standpoint to take. That a lot of the things which are present within faith structures and especially within the New Age movement itself is about health and well-being. I really think that that's a large component of it, and an awful lot of the spiritualistic stuff is just ways in which you can find out more about yourself and develop a very intimate experience of being, of thinking, and working out what you as a human individual are like. I mean, this is probably why a lot of people who are involved in New Age thinking and so on and so forth get involved with the study of psychology and counseling, for instance, not because they need help, but because they find, the subject of the study of the human being quite so fascinating. The problem, I think, or one of the many numerous problems, I carry on using the phrase "the problem with this is," don't I? One of the numerous problems is within faith circles or faiths themselves, the emphasis becomes much more associated with the idolatry rather than necessarily what certain things are supposed to do to the individual to help them to get through and get by. And I think that a bit of a return needs to be done. I mean, for within Christianity, a lot of the ideas should be more to do with getting your mind in alignment with what would be healthy for yourself. Within yoga, it's about getting your body in alignment with what is healthy for yourself, something which I myself have to do an awful lot more of at this time of my life because my posture is appalling. So maybe I'll do a series of videos about that. The Vedic dietary laws, those are there to help you to highlight which foods are good for you and which foods are bad for you in terms of allergies. They're just like all these little components there, which is just instruction or advice or suggestions as to how you can look after yourself better. I mean, if you think about it, being a part of a religion which says that if a food is too pleasurable for you, you've got to keep off it, or if it's too unpleasant for you, you've got to keep off it. Alright, that actually implies that you can carry on exploring different types of food, and if you react strangely to a particular type of food, then you don't have it. Because as it turns out, if you develop a craving for a food, you enjoy it too much, that could be that your body is developing an actual allergy to it, and that's making you ill. So if you can learn to recognize a craving feeling, maybe essentially that's your body saying, whoops, I've got an allergy to that, and I really shouldn't be having it, despite the fact that I've got, the brain has got a desire to have much more of this stuff. I think it'd be worthwhile just like doing series of videos about how much healthy stuff has come out of faith groups. And maybe I'll get a chance to show you my appalling use of yoga on the Wii Fit console, because my posture's so bad I struggle to bend down and touch my toes, you know what I mean? But I can show you how bad I am at that, and maybe take you on a tour of the health and well-being aspects of what faith could be about. And all the stuff in paganism about seasonality, I mean, a lot of the seasonal wisdom that should be in paganism has actually moved out of paganism and is amongst the the survivalists or the environmentalist gardeners and so on and so forth. It's much moved out of its original location, and it's in a completely different subculture. Now that's not really helping them, but that's where it is. I mean, essentially, if you use the dietary ideas present in the Bhagavad Gita, if you had a structure for your week that is present in Christianity, if you had some dedication to the physical stretching exercises that was in yoga, you studied the different types of foods and what their properties are through the Chinese ideas of yin and yang foods and different varieties and strengths of yin and yang, if that's the right pronunciation. I'm not sure whether it is or not, but never mind. And you incorporated that into your diet. So that you had a properly balanced diet, and also in terms of the right quantity and quality of water that you're drinking as well, and a bit of everything else. I could give you a massive list right now. Alright. Do you think that your health of body and mind would improve, and you would develop a level of physical and mental clarity that the average individual will probably lack? I think the answer there would be yeah. I think so. Now, Does that necessarily mean you have to bow down to any idol or see any particular creature or being or person as being your Lord, Master, Savior, or Instructor, or High Priest? Basically, I don't think so. But all these things have been passed on through or via the cultures of these numerous great high priests, so that you can have a healthier, happier life. So is it worthwhile me doing a video series, possibly even going throughout the whole year, based upon the benefits, the actual benefits of ideas which have come out of the New Age movement, namely a revival of some of the ideas from different faith structures, and incorporating that into people's lives, and also maybe going into the psychology of aspects of both New Age and religious ideas, and seeing whether there's a way of exploiting that for your health benefit as well. Remember, this is about living healthily or living with more wellness. It's not to do with curing any diseases, because that's not something which I think can be done with any of this weird heebie-jeebie stuff anyway. It's not where I'm coming. I don't think it's worthwhile promoting that. But yeah, I think it's worthwhile going into health and well-being and its connection to occultism, spiritualism, and religion.